Welcome to TrustTalk. It's Christmas Eve 2025, and on this special episode of TrustTalk, we're pleased to welcome Santa Claus. At this time of year, many of us pause for a moment, look back, and think about what really matters. Santa shares his thoughts on trust, how we can strengthen it, how we can support one another, and how small actions can make a real difference. We also asked him what message he'd like to offer as we move toward 2026, and his answer is simple, thoughtful, and very much in the spirit of the season. Your host today, Severin DeWitt.
Santa Claus, this time of year you work overtime. Day and night you are on the road finding the right gifts for people to share. So we are very thankful for you to take time for this interview for Trust Talk.
Well, Severin, first, thank you for allowing me to join you. I am thrilled. And I'll tell you one thing for sure, that I've discovered over the years just how important it is to build an extraordinary team, somebody you can trust and rely on. I have wonderful relationships with my helpers, and they're experts at what they do, and they're 100% reliable. So it allows me to get out and go to the rest of the world and get on a show like this and visit you. So thank you for having me. And I couldn't do it, though, without my team. I want to give them full credit.
Oh, that's very nice of you. Thank you again for being available. I just said you are on the road. Huh? Are you still traveling with the sleigh? And have you considered a car or maybe an electrical car?
As you can imagine, I'm a huge proponent of clean energy. I have to be. Look where we live, right up at the North Pole. And having magical reindeer, that helps to be able to fly everywhere with reindeer power. But, that does only work on Christmas Eve. The rest of the year, I take conventional transportation, and I do try to make ecologically sound choices for sure.
That's very good for you. Santa, when you visit all those houses, you get cookies, milk and popcorn, apple pie, chicken nuggets, and of course more cookies. As you enter and exit houses through chimneys, how do you stay lean?
Well, I tell you, I do appreciate people. They are so generous with all the things. I don't see as much of the chicken nuggets as I would like. But I'll tell you, I do love the outpouring that people give, the gifts that they leave for me. That's a wonderful, wonderful thing. And I'll tell you what I've done. For the last 7 weeks, getting ready for the big season, I've been doing intermittent fasting. I don't know if anybody's heard about that, but
yes,
I'm eating 8 hours, and then I'm taking 16 hours, and I'm not eating at all.
Oh, really?
And I'm losing a little bit of the belly.
I can see that. I can see that. So in all those years, you have never missed a Christmas delivery. Millions of young boys and girls are relying on you to bring them gifts, and you never disappointed them. Is that how you build trust?
Being reliable definitely helps build trust. And I've been reliable for a lot of years, but I do think there's a bit more to it than that. Over the years, people have also learned that I have good judgment. I don't always deliver people exactly what they ask for. Sometimes I read between the lines, I look a little deeper, and they usually find out that, hey, this isn't exactly what I asked for, but I even like it better than what I asked for. So I think part of it is being reliable. Part of it is having good judgment, but it's allowed me to build a lot of trust over the years, I think.
I've heard that you keep a list of those who have been good and trustworthy and those who have not been. Is that true? And how do you decide who can be trusted?
Yeah, no, that's a great, great question. I love that question. People have heard all these years that I keep lists, right? 2 lists, actually. One for the people I'm going to bring toys to, and then one for those that I bring coal to. And over the years, I've heard people say, well, it's a nice list and a naughty list, or a good list and a bad list. I never had a name for the lists. They're just lists, right? Now, one are people who are warm-hearted. And those are the people that I like to do the best I can to give them wonderful gifts. And the others are people who are, well, let's just say they could use some help having a warmer heart. And for them, I bring coal, because coal has been an energy source for centuries around the world. So it's a real reminder to have a little more warmer heart. So that was the whole idea with the coal. And so I do have that list. And fortunately, more and more people are on the list where they get the toys and their other wishes.
Santa, I'm sure you are aware of the many children in the world who, because of war, poverty, national disaster, abuse, or other terrible things, are not lucky enough to get presents or find the protection of a nurturing environment. What are you doing for those children?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, that is a real concern. Fortunately, people are so amazing. All over the world, we have not-for-profit organizations that are dedicated to helping people. The biggest one in the world is United Way Worldwide. They bring in over $5 billion to help needy families and deserving families worldwide. And there's so many others. St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital in the United States and many others. They bring in billions of dollars. So I do what I can, but fortunately we have a lot of Santa's helpers around the world, making the world a little bit of a better place for sure.
Santa Claus, you will not have missed it. The world around you has changed.
We seem less nice to each other. We listen too little. There is division and distrust and disinformation. You always bring a message of joy and gratitude around Christmas. What would you say to our listeners, what we can do to be nicer to each other in 2026?
Well, that's interesting because I have a big perspective. I've been doing this for a long time, and I am not sure that people are actually less nice. All those things that you mentioned are definitely true, and there are people that are distrustful, sometimes with good cause. I mean, you can't always trust everybody, but one of the big differences today is the multiplication and the amplification of messages. Everybody has a bigger voice. People's voices travel much further than they did 100 years ago. So I think it's that amplification that we just have to be wary of. Not everybody who we hear deserves to be listened to, right? So we can take a little personal responsibility and just say, hey, some of this stuff we just need to filter out. So I think that's the way I look at it right now is let's be a little discerning in what we listen to and decide what makes the most sense for us to pay attention to.
A personal question. How long have you been doing this?
Well, I've been actually helping Santa in a pretty significant way since 2003. And of course, there's a lot of Santa's helpers all over the planet and been doing it for a long, long time.
So how do you show them your appreciation of the great help you get from them? You started by telling that you have a big team, right?
Yes. So how do I show my appreciation to them? What a great question. I love that.
They get gifts too, or?
They do get gifts too. But one of the things that I've discovered years ago, and I know that a lot of us Santa's helpers have discovered, is that giving is one of the greatest gifts of all. So to put us into a position where we're able to bring smiles to people and to lighten people's lives a little bit, that is really the true gift that we all bring. So that's it, spending that good quality time with each other. Plus, sometimes we have to recognize what would make someone's day. Would getting a new drone be fun? I was flying a drone yesterday. That was a lot of fun. So.
Oh, you're a technical savvy Santa Claus.
Well, I don't know about that, but I have fun.
Santa, I know you've got to make final preparation for delivering presents tonight. So I'll ask you this one final question. If you could give one piece of advice to our listeners, what would it be?
I'd say this: trust yourself. Trust yourself. That's probably the biggest. Remember Rudyard Kipling, his poem, If. Remember this? He wrote, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but then there's the key line, but make allowance for their doubting too, right? To make allowance, that means that we should take into consideration what other people might say or think about us. They might not be all wrong, right? So be confident in ourselves and trust in ourselves, but also pay attention when others are doubting us. Maybe there's something that we can adjust. So that's my biggest piece of advice, I think, for the new year. Trust yourself, but make allowance for other people's doubting too.
That's very nice of you. Normally our interviews are between 20 and 30 minutes, but I know that this night, especially this night, is a very, very busy one for you, so I want to keep it short. I wanted to thank you very much for being our guest today. I hope you will do fine with the horse and all the chimneys that you have to cover tonight. I wish you and your colleagues a Merry Christmas. all health, and hopefully we'll see much of you many, many years.
Oh, I'm sure you will. Thank you, Severin. Thank you so much. And we'll give a big ho, 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 Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everyone around the world.
And with that, we bring this Christmas episode and the 5th year of Trust Talk to a close. Over the past years, we've had the privilege of speaking with many remarkable guests, exploring how trust shapes our lives, our work, and the world around us. Your support and your presence have made this journey possible, and we're truly grateful. As we look ahead to 2026, we hope you'll continue to join us for new conversations and new perspectives on trust. There is much more to explore, and we're excited to share it with you. For now, from all of us at Trust Talk, Merry Christmas, and our warmest wishes for a healthy, hopeful, and inspiring new year.